Hello everyone and welcome back to TAL, also known as Teach as We Learn. Today we're going to be learning about rotations, so let's begin. So rotation is basically a simple turn. And that turn can happen in four ways, right? 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, or 360 degrees. These are the types of turns that we're taught, typically students are taught in school. And this rotation, a new concept which you're learning today, is a congruent transformation, meaning that its size and shape always stays the same, like no matter what you're doing. Anything that's being changed is its position. Maybe your triangle was here, or like your shape was here, and now it might be here or something, right? Its shape and size would be the same, it's just position would change. So we are going to, I've written this rules and how it works, but you don't want to, you want to memorize them, but along with memorizing them, you want to also visually understand it. So let's begin that today. So here I have, and I labeled this as pre-image because this is just a triangle I sketched out and we're going to be using it throughout the video, but no rotation has been applied yet, and this is, just my pre-image. Then I see this graph and we can clearly see, or it's meant to see, that there is a rotation which happened. This was earlier our pre-image, and this triangle has been moved all the way over here, from this quadrant to this quadrant. And when we go to our rotation rules, these four things could be what happened: 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270, or 360. But before we go on about that image, one thing that I do want to quickly add in is whenever we're talking about rotations and its direction, we will always assume it's counterclockwise. Unless a particular problem says it's clockwise, then we will, apply that and do it. But these rules are counterclockwise, and most of the time in geometry, you do rotations counterclockwise. If, let's suppose this was, we were told 90 clockwise, then we would actually follow the rule of 270 counterclockwise, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, in this quadrant, we can see that the point which was -4, -1 has become here 4, 1. But one thing to be noted is that size and shape continue to be the same. It's still a triangle and its size is still the same. But we can see that this negative point turned into a positive, both x and y. Even though the x and y are the same position, it's from negative to positive. And the same can be seen with -6, -4 becoming 6, 4, and with -2, -4 becoming the 2, 4. And a rule which we can apply, this rule is the 180 rule, where it's saying that whenever you use this, rotate 180 counterclockwise, you simply just do it -x, -y. So since these points were negative, -x, -y rule made it positive. Suppose if this was our pre-image and all our points were positive, then this -x, -y rule would make it negative. Most people typically tend to understand 180 rotation really well, but they end up getting confused between the 90 rotation and 270 rotation. So I will explain the difference between that. So whenever you're looking at a rotation like this, make sure you always look in a counterclockwise way, meaning that this is clockwise, that in clockwise, it would go like this, right? Like the way your time goes around, goes like this. Whereas in counterclockwise, instead of going in this direction, it would go this way direction. It would go backwards. So this is what we consider to be, counterclockwise. So since this is a counterclockwise, we can see that this would be our 90 counterclockwise. This would be 180, right, which we just saw. And this would be 270 counterclockwise. And we go to our rules. The formula for it is y minus x. So rule is y minus x. And let's see if our coordinates, actually took a point like this. So we have here -4 minus 1. So that would mean that my point would flip and it would be -1, -4. And we keep our y value, this in front, the same. But we change this to a minus x, right? So this would be -4 to a +4. So let's see if I have -1, 4, and boom. Yes, I do. I do have that over here. And I can do the same thing for the rest of my points. So -6, -4, immediately know I have to swap them to -4, -6. I can keep my y the same, but make that 6 positive. So it'd be -4, 6, and boom, that point's located right there. And then I can do the same for -2, -4. That would be -4, -2. Keep my y the same and add the plus there. So it'd be -4, 2. And yeah, it works. So this is 270. Remember, counterclockwise. So this is counterclockwise. What direction would it be if we went clockwise? If we went clockwise, it would be this, right? So just be, one turn, and this would have been a 90 clockwise. So be careful with your directions. CCW means counterclockwise, CW means clockwise. But just be careful, and if they ever particularly tell you clockwise, then make sure with that. But our next rotation is 90 counterclockwise. Remember, I'm doing all of them counterclockwise. That's not a good looking, right? 90 counterclockwise. So we're going counterclockwise. So what I do is just we went over here. And the rule for 90 counterclockwise is y minus x. So let me see if here my coordinates happen. This is our preimage -4 minus y. And if our rule is y minus yx, then let's see that. So we have -4 minus 1, then that becomes 1 minus 4. We can see that happens. Then we have the coordinate of -2 minus 4, and with minus yx, we would flip it first, so it'd become -4 minus 2, and then we have to do the opposite operation, so this would become plus. So is it 4 minus 2? Yes. And then you can do the same with -6 minus 4, and you get 4 minus 6. So we can see a 90 counterclockwise rotation. Then our last rotation we can see is 360 degrees. And it's simply xy. So, let me take this and let's do it. So xy, 360, right? xy. Okay, -4 minus 1, -4 minus 1, -6 minus 4, -6 minus 4, -2 minus 4, -2 minus 4. Did you just notice something? Yes, it's literally the same. The coordinates are the same, it's literally the same. Reason for it is I go 1, I go 2, right? This is my 90, this is my 180, this is my 270. This is my 360. It just comes back to this quadrant. So 360, we don't have to memorize a thing. It's literally the same. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed and learned. If you do have any questions, I am more than happy to answer it in the comment section down below. So comment them below and I'll be ready to answer. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.